Trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. But 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. Mama, man of means by no means. King of the road. King of the road, folks. Roger Miller, the great Roger Miller. We're going to do a tutorial because I was asked to do a tutorial for this song about a year ago. I posted a cover of it. Some of you folks said, hey, can you teach us how to do this? And I said, yeah. And it's been a year. And a couple of haircuts. And not much else. So here I am. I'm finally doing it. I'm so sorry it's taken this long. And look, I put a picture up. It's Roger Miller. Can't really see it, but you get the idea. Couple of caveats with this song. Specifically, how I play it. I am playing in the original key, which I believe is the key of B. But that sounds right. Here's the caveat, though. Caveat number 1. There's a key change in this song. The original tuning starts off with a B flat, which we'll talk about. And then he changes keys halfway through. So if you Google like Roger Miller, King of the Road chords, you're going to find, probably like the simpler version. Because the version that I play is a little more difficult. That's a little more challenging because the chord shapes are a little funky. And the chord transitions are a little funky as well. If it was done in like G, that's just a G, a C, and a D. So you can find ways to do it that's simpler, but this is my way. This is the true to form way. This is the OG chording of how he did it with a million bastardized versions of how to play the banjo. And that's caveat number 3 or 4, I don't remember. But we're going to keep this going because I'm not going to do any cuts because it's more fun to have a full-length thingy. So, the picking that I do, I am going to be straight up honest with y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. It's, like I mentioned, a bastardized version. I think of basically like a Travis pick. Right? But I'm basically doing whatever the heck I want to do. So, the pattern that I started playing the ukulele when I was a kid, and the pattern that I always used on the ukulele is basically the pattern that I'm doing now, and it's basically the only pattern that I know, or that I know confidently. So I use this 4th string when we're talking about strings in the banjo. The 1st string is the furthest one down, followed by the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, which is that big thick boy, the D, and then the G string, that high G that's halfway through the neck. That's the 5th string. And of course, we're in G tuning. I don't know what that was, but we're in G tuning. So just without doing any chord shapes, the pattern that I like to use a lot is I use that 4th string, that thick D, as a hook, basically, or an anchor. And I'm climbing up the strings there, going back and forth to the 4th string. So 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, 4th string, 1st string. And then on the 1st string, I go all the way down back to the 4th string without hitting the 4th string again. I don't know if any of this makes sense. But 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, 4th string, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, right? I don't really know what that is. I'm sure it's something, but it's just the one thing that I'm the most used to. So it's the 4th string is going bum, 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 jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle So it's just bum, 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 bum. I'm not really moving that thumb. That's what I'm doing. So with the B flat, which we'll talk about in a minute, right? This is going to be the main thing. Sorry, I just burped. This is going to be the main. I'm not cutting. I'm not doing cuts. This is a full edit, folks. Let's talk about the chords. Let's focus on these chords here because we're losing light. Traditionally, the song starts on a B flat. So don't be discouraged if you're like, I don't know what the heck that chord is. Do you know what an A chord is? You probably do. On the banjo, you get that second fret going. All of your fingers, or your big ol' index finger is laying down on each and every one of these strings, all 4 strings, right? Can't do the 5th string because it's too far. Second fret, right? Sometimes you'll get that buzziness, and that's okay. It's no big deal. That's an A. We move up. Whoop, 1. You get a B flat. Congratulations, folks. That's our music theory of this the music theory segment. So that B flat is just the A up 1. That's how we start the song. Trailers for. Now we get into the toughest chord. That's an E flat. The toughest chord on this song. B flat. Trailers for sailor rent. So I'll show you how to do an E flat. You're going to take your index finger, you're going to get all the way to the 3rd fret there, and you're going to press down on that 3rd string. So 1, 2, 3. Index finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string. Okay. Your ring finger, I'm sorry, I flipped you off, and that's not even your ring finger. Your middle finger, oops, is on the 4th string. On the, oh God, I'm really messing this up. I should do edits. No, we're not doing edits. 4th fret, 2nd string. Right here. The 2nd string. Remember, the 1st string is the one that's furthest down. So right now we just got these 2 chords, the middle chords, our middle strings here. You're gonna get your ring finger and your pinky. You're gonna get to the 5th string with both of those little suckers. You're gonna put the ring finger on the top string. That's the D. That's the thickest boy. 4th string, 5th fret, and then the pinky goes down to the 1st string, 5th fret. So it should sound like this. That's an E flat. Okay. It's kind of like an F. Just a little bit. I think that's a D sharp. So it's kind of like an F, right? You're using all 4 of these fingers here. And I think this transition is going to be the trickiest. Trailers for sailor rent. It sounds nice, doesn't it, though? Right. I should really cut some of this. No! Okay. So, if you're discouraged, if you're like, oh God, what are these other chords that he's going to show me? Guess what? They're going to be a heck of a lot simpler. Because from that B flat, and let's not do any picking, let's just B flat. Trailers for E flat, sailor rent. Then we're going to go to a major chord, folks. Just the F major. It's going to go all the way down here. Rooms to let. Back to B flat. 50 cents. B flat, E flat, F, B flat. That's the first half of the song. You already know 50% with those 3 chords. Okay. If you need to know what the F is, it's the. I should be better at doing this anyway. It's the index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. The middle finger on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, the ring and pinky finger are exactly how they were like on the E flat. So it's the 3rd fret, but the ring finger is on the 4th string, and the pinky is on the 1st string. Highly suggest you get comfortable with an F and a B flat, because I do a lot of those. Not like you care, but you know, Folsom Prison I think is an F major, and that's how I play it. In the train, B flat, and then to C, and then back to F. That's basically Folsom Prison, but we're not talking about Folsom Prison. We're talking about King of the Road. Let's get to that key change. So slowly, we're gonna do B flat to E flat, F to B flat. Again, no phone, no E flat pools, no pets. F, I ain't got no cigarettes, sorry, but and then B flat. Do do do. Right? So that's basically the whole thing. Na 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 na. Ba ba da 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 na. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. Okay. We do that. That's then that keeps going up until I know every engineer on every train. That is a key change, folks. That is a key change. And it's not as crazy as it sounds, because you're on that B flat, but you need to get to a B, which, if you remember, the A goes up to the B flat, just 1 fret. Guess what? What's in between? What's on the other sides of the B flat? Well, it's the friggin' B, folks. So all you got to do is go from the B flat, which is having your bar down, on the 3rd fret, all those strings are down, go up 1 fret. That's B. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, B. All these strings are down here, all of these strings. I know every engineer, right? On every train, you go to an E, just a regular E chord. Every engineer on every train. And then, remember I told you about that old F? Take that F chord shape. Here's some more music theory. Move it up. Just 1 fret. And then you have a G flat. And then those are the chords. Those are the 6 chords. B flat, E flat, F flat, and then B, E, F flat. Right? So let's go from the key change. From the B. I know every engineer to E and every train. And then G flat and all of the children. And then B. All of their names. And then you just do that over. And every handout in every town. And every lock that ain't locked when no one's around, I sing. And then it ends on that key. Trailers for sailor rent. Right. The way that I'm doing it in the video, because a couple people asked about the tutorial about that video specifically, so I'm going to try as best as I can to tell you I do. So I do that kind of weird Travis picking. I do a lot of that where I'm just plucking it because it sounds really good, I think, for the song. And then I do, for a couple of years, I tried to experiment to see if I could make clawhammer sound as much like Scruggs style as possible. Right, so even like Foggy Mountain. Right, I just thought it was kind of interesting if I can drop thumb a million times over and see if I can make it sound like Scruggs without it actually being Scruggs. It was a weird science experiment that I was fiddling around with, and I ended up kind of using it a lot. It's a lot of drop thumbing when I'm doing halfway through. So like at the beginning, I'm just doing that weird like picking. Jingle bells, jingle, jingle bells, jingle bells. That whole thing, I'm just fiddling around between one fret. That's the A to the B flat, right? Right? It's about really listening in. I highly suggest. I don't want to condone drug use, but take a shot of whiskey, have a bit of a joint, and then mess around with it. Some great advice that I was told before we end this off with the clawhammer version. I saw this recently, and I'm gonna again talk about the theme is bastardization, I guess, for this video because I'm gonna bastardize the actual quote. But I saw a great video about a guy who was just talking about artists in general, and he said something about like have fun with the shittiness of it, right? When you're learning something new, especially with music, it's gonna sound shitty for a while, but you have to enjoy the shittiness first before you actually get the song in you. And then all of a sudden it starts to sound good and you're having fun with that because it sounds good. But if you can kind of embrace the shittiness, right? We live in like this cringe culture where like everything that like you're not good at for a minute is like, oh, that's so cringe. And it's super toxic because it's like that's how you learn. Is you learn to be good, but you gotta be cringe first. You gotta like sound like shit. It's not gonna sound good right away, but you have to have fun in the muddiness and in the poopiness. Sorry I said shit so many times. Oh, sorry I said shit again. Oh, I'm not editing this. Okay. So I do a lot of drop thumbing. Right? It's not even a bum ditty. Not like a. I do that all the time. But I do a lot of like. I actually, when I'm doing a lot of drop thumbing, I try to stay away from the fifth string a lot. Because when I was in a show, I was playing banjo in a like a real jazzy show, and the conductor of the thing was a 4-piece, and I was of course playing the banjo, and he's like, "Where's that G coming from all the time? There's always this G," and I was playing the G. It was like more of a jazzy thing, so you know, and I had to learn to not play the G a lot. And I found that it's kind of fun, especially when you're not in the key of G, to kind of stray away from that fifth string sometimes. Right. So that's just a lot of like, I'm actually resting my thumb on like I would on the fifth string, but on the fourth string if I'm trying to avoid the G. I'm kind of going off track here. And then I do this weird like. When I change the key, I do like every engineer on every train, and all of the children, and all of the names. I think that sounds kind of groovy and fun. Again, I started off on the ukulele, so I did a lot of that boom chicka, on the uke. So that's a down, up, wait. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, and then you like cut it, down, up. There's a lot of muscle memory when you're trying to mute a string or a series of strings, right? When you're trying to do this. The bar chords are great for it. The F chord's great. The C chord, not so much because you got an open string. But down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. I hope this is okay. I hope this is working for you. So let's do like a really, really, really slow version of it. And then we're going to cut it. B flat. Trailers for E flat. Rooms. Trailers for rooms. I'm not cutting it. Trailers for E flat. Sailor rent. F. Rooms to let 50 cents. Then again, you could go that A to B flat, gives a little character. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. But 2 hours of pushing broom buys a F. A fell for bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. Then we do a little weird like clawhammer, a lot of drop thumbing. Third boxcar, midnight train. Destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes. F. Don't pay no union dues. I smoke B flat. Old stogies I have found. Short but not too big or round. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. Key change to B. I know every engineer on every train. E, G flat, all of the children. Back to B, all of their names again. Every handout in every town. G flat, every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, and then I do whatever I want. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. But 2 hours of pushing broom buys a G flat, 8 by 12 B room. Mama, man of E by no means. King of the. And then if you want to go all that, if you want to get all showbiz, go to that B flat again. Roll up to be rolling. Right. I don't know if this has helped, folks. Let me know if it has. I sure hope it has. It's a really fun song. I highly recommend a couple of things. First of all, go to Chordify.net. I'm not sponsored by them, of course. I got 360 fine followers. They don't give a shit about me. Chordify.net has helped me out a lot. I have like the premium version, but you don't need it. You can do the free version, and it basically transcribes any YouTube video. It's a little iffy. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it doesn't. For things like classic country tunes, it's a great way to visualize, hear the music, and visualize like what chords you should be playing all at the same time. So I think for this song, even for Folsom Prison, I figured it out on Chordify. Of course, listening helps in trying to figure out what sounds good to you. Also works. Anyway, I hope this helped, folks. For the folks who asked me if this was, if I could do a tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc. about the song, feel free to comment again, and I'll do my best, maybe another video or something, to like deconstruct it more. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that was Roger. Oh, we lost him. That was Roger Miller. What do you think of my screensaver? Roger Miller. Still kind of small. You can't see him, but I promise you I won't get back to you in a year. I'll have the same haircut when I return your reply, comment, whatever. Okay, bye!